blogger, are bloggers journalists, are journalists, but all that sort of stuff. And actually, I think we can kind of relax about it and just say that social change that we made 10 years ago, 8 years ago, 6 years ago, whatever, has happened now. And the word blogosphere is no more relevant to the modern world than, say, the Warsaw Pact or, Eastern Europe. It doesn't. It's just this old thing that we'll tell our kids about. That I remember when there was a blogosphere. But everyone's a blogger. Everyone's a blogger. Everybody who comes home and comes home from holiday and takes their pictures and puts them on Flickr, they're blogging in the old-fashioned way. The fact that the old school blog, with the permalinks and made on movable type or blogger.com or something like that, those sorts of things, that's very old-fashioned. But people that I don't think so to wind that answer up, there is no blogosphere. Everybody is the blogosphere. We are the blogosphere, and therefore we can't talk about it anymore because it's everybody.
And being everybody, you think that the European perspective makes sense?
No, it makes no more sense. No, the European perspective of blogging makes no more sense than the European perspective on what's the best type of food. I'm sure we all have our own different ideas, and we're going to happily shout at each other for the rest of the afternoon. But the idea of there being a European perspective on anything is like, no. There's plenty of people here who would say that, what's the European perspective on football, or the European perspective on religion, or the European perspective on, human rights, or art, or music, or anything. It's completely different. I don't think there is a European blogosphere any more than there is a European cuisine.
Do you think the language matters?
Yeah, obviously it matters, especially for the Anglophone regions. The dirty secret about most English bloggers, it's not a secret at all because they're quite proud of it, the secret about most English bloggers is they can't read your blogs. The Spanish blogosphere is a world that's completely hidden away from the rest of the, from the English blogosphere, the English community.
But don't you think that there's also a big part of the population that sees that English community of bloggers as hidden also? There's a study that says that 38% of the Europeans say that they can have a conversation in English. Yeah. Which I've met some of those people and
only 38% of English people can have a conversation in English.
But the thing is that leaves us that with the vast majority of Europeans cannot communicate in English.
No, but they're not communicating to everybody. Most people who are blogging are communicating to their friends. I think this is also a thing that people have forgotten, is that the original blogs weren't made as newspapers. They weren't made as broadcast things. You didn't write a blog with the idea that 10 million people would read you. It was things you were writing to your friends. In the same way, this is why large media companies don't understand, say, Twitter, for example, because they see it as a broadcast medium. It's not a broadcast medium. It's just talking to your friends in public. And there's a big difference between those two things. The majority of blogs are for yourself and your 10 friends. And whether those friends are people you know in real life, or whether they're friends who are around the world because you gather together because of an interest, or a problem that you share, or a medical condition, or a sexual kink, or whatever it is, that you're writing to your friends. Now, the fact you're writing in public is irrelevant, actually. And that's one of the changes that's happening over the past 10 years. Earlier today we talked a lot of people talking about privacy, right? And the changing face of privacy is that people now are quite happy to be private in public. I'll talk about, on my blog, I might talk about anything. And some of those things may well be quite personal, but that's okay because it's only read by, people who are interested. It's not, now the fact that it's available to everybody it doesn't matter.
So, you think that local is bullshit?
Yeah. Yes, it is. Of course it is. Of course it is. For the vast majority of things, if it doesn't affect you, you're not really going to be interested in the vast majority of stuff. Now, right now I'm very affected by the fact that a volcano has erupted in Iceland. I have a very deep and deep interest right now in Icelandic volcanoes because I can't. I want to fly back to London tonight and I can't. But usually a volcano blows up in Iceland, I wouldn't care. Or the elections in Spain or mass unrest in Peru or whatever it is. The vast majority of stuff people don't care about. You care about what's happening in your local area, and you especially care about what's happening between your friends.